Okay, hi again everyone, welcome back. We just have another order come through, double-decker burger. These are frozen, homemade frozen patties, which I put in the fryer to get some of the defrosting going, and then I put them in the oven. Fry those. Then we have to make burger roll, which is also one of these. So I'm going to say something like this. I'm going to say something like this. Let's see if that works out to a nice size burger roll. I think it will. Like so. Close this again. Not ready yet, another minute or so. Then, so it's a burger. Call it a double-decker because it has 2 patties in it. We also make an ostrich burger. We made a deer burger, a junior burger, and then this double-decker burger, which is very popular. I've had 2 customers tell me it's the best burger they've ever eaten. So I'm not trying to boast, but not one customer, well, 2 customers, and it's not family or friends or somebody. It's just random people that I've never met before in my life. Anyway, so let's get the patties. One patty, 2 patties, beautiful. Then we can put these there. We need the main event for, oh yes, I forgot to close that. Can anybody guess what's inside here? No, it's not marshmallows, it's cheese. Okay. Obviously, a burger needs cheese. You make these little, just 2 dollops, maybe a bit more. Again, I always tend to add too much than too little. It goes in for about 3 to 5 minutes at 180. It's a very good oven there. You put the cheese back. Got too many things in this. I'll sort that out. There. Something like that. Sorry, the camera is moving around a bit here. We've got that. Voila. Okay, well, for the most part, we can do some dishes, I think. That would be a good idea while we wait. I can tell you a bit more about myself. My name is Pierre. I am from South Africa. Me and my wife, we've moved to Europe, and we've been here for, I don't know, 6 years or something. And yes. And had a day job type of thing. Still have a day job actually. Do this in my spare in the evening. Do the restaurant on Thursday to Sunday, and have a day job Monday to Wednesday to help with the bills, not of the restaurant, of the house. Yes, let me flip the fake cooks. Well, fake cooks, one fake cook. Here we go. Anyway, as I was saying, we live here in Europe now, and decided to open a small restaurant, South African food, doing South African food, and this is how it's turned out. We've been open for about 10 months now. Well, we've had our ups and downs, you know, busy times, quiet times, but for the most part, it's been good, you know, for the most part it's been good. There's also obviously some stress, it's a lot of work. We have a 3-month-old baby as well, and he's awesome, man. You know, people, when you don't have a child, sorry, I'm gonna go off on a tangent here, but I've told my wife this as well. When you don't have a child, and people with children come to you and say, oh, kids are amazing, they're your whole world, and you know, they just always talk about their kids, you know, and it's when you don't have children, you don't understand. You're almost, you know, you get a bit annoyed and like, oh, can we talk about something other than your child, you know? And then you have a kid, and now I can relate. Like, just something inside you clicks. Like all of a sudden, this is the most important thing in your life. You can't. It's not a conscious thing. It's something that you don't control. And yeah, anyway, all of this is to say that it's very busy. You know, life is very busy at the moment, and it's not like the restaurant is making tons of money, because if it was making tons of money, I wouldn't have to have a second job, and I would have staff members to help me work here that I can pay, which I don't have a staff member, because my wife, in her, you know, amazing support, says that she's willing to help out in the front, and every now and then we'll have a busy day and I can ask somebody, I can pay somebody to do deliveries for us, but most of the time it's just me and my wife. And yeah, you know, what can I say other than that? But I'm happy, you know, because the reason, effectively, it's my passion to do what I'm doing now, having my own restaurant. And it took a long time to eventually take the leap to do it. But I was just getting to the stage where I'd be at work, have a nice cushy corporate job, not, you know, nothing fancy, administration stuff, and I would just daydream. I'd look out the window and daydream about having my own restaurant. I've always wanted it. And look, obviously I was under no illusion about how difficult it is for restaurants to survive in today's economic climate. And if you go online and you Google what business not to start, one of the top 3 businesses that the experts say do not start is a restaurant. So I get it. It's not that, you know, I walk into this blindly. Obviously I'm a chef, so I've worked in this industry my whole life. But I've always had to do what other chefs told me to do, and now I don't have to. I get to decide, which is also the only way I would do this. I will never work for another chef again. It's not, they do not pay well enough for them to shout at me because I added 6 grams of salt instead of 4 grams of salt. So anyway, that is what it is. Let me get the fake hook. Moving on. Pardon, monsieur. Gracias.
Almost the fake hook? No, not yet.
Not yet.
My dad is free. Tonight we bring it.
Free home. Oh. Okay. Yeah, my father-in-law is here as well. He's come to visit. Okay. Anyway. Again, as always, we try and reduce as much of the fat as possible. Maybe this one is a bit oily already, that piece of paper. As I said earlier, this is fried bread. It's literally the same dough that you use to make a common bread. It's this. And now instead of baking it, you make it into balls and you fry them. Very popular South African dish called a vet koek, which directly translates into fat cake. That's a direct translation. So I'm just getting some of this excess flour that is on the bottom, otherwise it sticks to the tray. Anyway, so as I was saying, yeah, directly translates into fat cakes. And it's very typical South African. So the longer I have been doing the cooking of fat cakes, the more I've learned what the actual battle is in this restaurant of mine is grease. The better I combat against grease, the better the food is. So we always try. You can make the fries. You always try to get as much of the grease out as possible. It's the one, especially just when I opened. I wasn't I haven't cooked in a while when I opened the restaurant. Like I said, I had a corporate job at the time. So it was about 2 years since I last, was in a kitchen, in a professional kitchen. And yeah, obviously you don't forget things, but you're not as informed and you forget the small details about making good food. Anyway, so in the beginning I wasn't as particular about fat and how big an influence it has, negatively speaking, on the taste of your food. Anyway, so moving on. This is a burger, so we cut it through all the way. As you can see, it's very British. Very British, yes. Bottom gets lines, top gets circles, so that I know. One patty and barbecue sauce. I have forgotten the onions because I am not focused. I need onions. Let's grab a little bit of fried onions that I made earlier today. Put them in the microwave. Yeah, so now we just wait for the onions. Let's see if I can get some of this oil out. Like that. Turn it around, get some of that grease run down. Okay, barbecue sauce, put onions, cheese, next patty. This should be fine. Doesn't have to be extremely hot, just not cold. Then, where did I put this? Voila. Put on 2 slices of bacon. I don't even have to do that. I don't know why I do that. It's not necessary. Okay. Then some cheese. Some mayonnaise. Actually, more mayonnaise than you'd think. Then next burger patty, like that. Guess what? Some more onions, if you didn't guess already. We can tiny bit of burger sauce again, the 3 sauces, the trifecta, just a little bit, and then go back for the last bit of cheese. As I said in the first video that I've ever made, sorry, the thing there, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be. So, as you can see, my burger is anything but perfect, but it's good enough. Okay, so put some raw onion on top, just gives it that little bit of a I don't know, acidity, I suppose is the word. I like the taste of raw onions on a burger. Some salt, and then some fresh lettuce. Yes, look at that. Now that's obviously too big, so I just fold it into 2. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, I don't know about you, but when we talk about a good burger, that is a good burger. It's a good looking burger as well, isn't it? Okay. Now I have to wash my hands. Yeah, the patty, like I said, I make it myself. It's just, you know, ground beef, some of my spices, and some secret stuff that I'll never tell anybody, that I take to the grave. It's a really, you should taste it. Obviously you can't taste it, but it's got a distinctive taste to it that I kind of like. I worked for a chef many years ago, like, yes, it's been probably 12 years ago now, and he taught me this trick about the burger patty. And yeah, it was his thing. I'm not sure if he's still alive or not, but let me tell you, it's an amazing trick. Makes the burger patties really good tasting. Okay, can I have some foil, please? The big one.
The first one is
No,
the big one. No? Okay. Papa, t'as tout fait les
there we go.
Voilà.
Okay, and that is a double decker. Yeah, nothing special. I'm joking about the taking the thing to my grave. I'm sure I'll make a video on how I make my burger patty, and then you'll say, oh, was that the secret? Oh, that's nothing, man. I do this and this and this, so I don't want. Anyway, that is what it is. away. Yeah, so 2 orders for the evening so far. Maybe another hour and a half to go before the end of shift. And you know, yeah, like I said, it's quiet evening. Makes it a bit more stressful, not work-wise, but more financial stability-wise, because obviously the landlord, whom I have to pay rent to, he doesn't care about the taste of my double-decker burger. All he cares about is if I've paid my rent at the end of the month. So it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna switch off the camera and I'll switch it back on once there's another order. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.